friends, this is McBirdie, and welcome back to another episode of Cinderella Phenomenon. Talk about another game that I haven't played in a while. Oopsie, I got a little bit distracted by the fact that Subnautica is fully out. And Dream Daddies. I blame both those games for distracting me. But here I am, getting ready to play it again. Hopefully I remember everyone's voices that I was doing. Was I doing voices for this game? I don't remember. I'm terrible at this. But let's continue. So I know there's a ball for what's her face. I don't remember her name right now, but I will as soon as I see her name pop up. So let's get into it. Rod is absent from the palace for the rest of the day and returns only once the sun has set to prepare for the ball. I have not been able to talk to him since, but I assume that he has been to the Marchand to tell Delora and Parfait about our suspicions of Sir Alcester being a witch. Oh yeah, that dude. I hope they come up with an effective plan for dealing with him. The palace is not safe so long as he is here. The ball is just about to start that evening, and I have been asked to make sure none of the guests are lost and wandering the hallways. I have been walking around for a while, directing any late guests in the right direction. That should be everyone. But as I turn the corner, I notice two people lingering by a column. Excuse me, the throne room is... I pause when I look more closely at the two men in front of me. I recognize one of them instantly. What is Sir Alcester doing outside of the throne room? And who is that man he's with? Ah, Lucette. Sir Alcester gestures me toward him and I approach warily. This is Varg. He is one of the guests for the ball. Varg sweeps aside his cape as he bows, and I curtsy and dip my head to hide my expression. Isn't that other creepy dude in a mask? No? I haven't played the game in a while, so I'm not 100% sure. I like his outfit, though. That's really pretty. I have not heard of a Varg. And why would he be bowing to a mere yeah, that has to be that other dude. Also, they have the same yellow eyes. Okay. Also, why is he wearing such an elaborate costume and mask? This is not a masquerade ball. If Varg is an acquaintance of Sir Alcester, there is no telling what or who he truly is. Varg is one of the suitors for Princess Emmeline. Would you please escort him to the throne room? I will be along shortly. Varg's politeness is even more suspicious. Of course, Sir Alcester. I meet Varg's gaze briefly and cannot help but frown at the way he is smirking at me. This way. Varg and I make our way toward the throne room. I cannot help but feel wary of the fact that he is falling behind me where I cannot see him. If the maids are this lovely, the princess must be truly beautiful. That's gross. Varg laughs and I grit my teeth at the sound. You should only be interested in the princess, buddy. What? It was meant as a compliment. There's no need to look at me like that. That is totally the creepy dude. Varg looks at me curiously. Are maids not allowed to speak in this place? I have nothing to say. Not the most cheerful person on staff, are you? Thankfully, the doors to the throne room appear as soon as we turn a corner, and I do not have to come up with a response to his words. We are here. I gesture toward the throne room and move to leave, but Varg's voice stops me. You should at the very least escort me inside and introduce me to the princess, don't you think? I don't think maids normally introduce suitors to princesses. Isn't that what a maid should do? No, I really think that's not what they do. Yeah, exactly. Technically, that is the announcer's job. That's what I thought. But Varg came so late, he probably already missed the introductions. I still wouldn't do it. That might be a little awkward, but okay. I wouldn't want to think badly of any of the servants at the palace. I take a deep breath to calm myself down before turning toward the doors. Follow me. I can tell the moment I step into the room that the official introductions have already passed. Most of the guests have already begun to mingle and scatter across the throne room as the band sets up. No one notices when I walk into the throne room in front of Varg. I do not trust Varg, not if he is associated with Sir Alcester. I might have time to warn someone about him while he is distracted, but who? Probably Rod. Might not be smart to go to Emmeline, because what can Emmeline do? I'd say warn Rod. My eyes fall on Rod. I notice that he's leaning against one of the walls, away from the crowds. I head directly for him, moving quickly so that Varg is not right behind me. Rod, Rod frowns at me as I come to stand in front of him. What? There's a man here called Varg. I think Sir Alcester brought him. Sir Alcester? Apparently Varg is one of the suitors for Emmeline's hand. Rod glances past me at Varg, his eyes narrowed. Is that him? Is that Varg? When I turn back and follow his line of sight, I almost gasp in shock. Varg has bent over one of Emmeline's hands, clearly having just pressed a kiss to the back of it. You should have kept him away from M. But Rod and I are not too far away, so we can hear him clearly, but the throne room is already hushed at the sight of the crown princess being so boldly directly addressed. Whoops, guess I made the wrong choice. May I have the first dance, your highness? I feel sick but cannot bring myself to say anything more as Emmeline puts her hand in Varg's. I accept, Lord Varg. The moment Emmeline makes her way to the center of the dance floor, a man signals to the band and the musicians start playing. This feels wrong. I can only nod as I watch Varg pull Emmeline closer. At first it is just he and Emmeline dancing, but then other couples gradually trickle in to join them. I do not like this at all. Rod and I watch in silence as the first dance continues on. I know for a fact that Rod must see the dreamy smile on Emmeline's face as certainly as I can. When the music stops, both of us move as one toward Emmeline. Even though the dance is over and Varg has released her, they still stand close together in the center of the room. The silence is interrupted when the double doors open and Sir Alcester, along with 2 knights, stalk into the center of the room where Emmeline and Varg stand. Their arrival causes an uneasy stir in the crowds. The king rises from his throne, eyebrows drawn. Alcester? Is there some kind of disturbance? Alcester says nothing as the knights stationed around the room approach Emmeline and Varg and stand around them, encircling them. Emmeline's expression shifts from confusion to fear. The crowd becomes even more anxious. Alcester, explain this! Alcester briefly glances at him but says nothing. He turns back to his knights and snaps his fingers. The knights pull out their swords and point that at Emmeline. Uh-oh, I made the bad choice. Em! I reach out to grab Rod's hand before he can make his way towards her. Rod, it's too dangerous. I know, but thoughtless actions have the potential to put Emmeline in even more danger. Rod's only response is to tighten his grip on my hand. I place my other hand over his to reassure him, and slowly but surely his grip begins to loosen. I turn my gaze back to the king. Alcester, stop this immediately. What do you think you're doing? Something I should have done a long time ago. I have been nothing but loyal to this kingdom, and all I have ever wanted was for Angiel to thrive. But ever since the queen died, this kingdom has become weak. It is because you are a weak ruler, Gennaro. Is that his name? Oh. I didn't know that. That's how much attention I pay. The people were more productive back then, more disciplined during the late queen's reign. The kingdom has become less productive without fear to drive them. When there is power, there is order. Power is not something that should be needlessly used to control people. It is used to protect them. You of all people should know that. Sir Alcester shakes his head. I of all people know that order is what makes a hierarchy stronger. I'm only doing what is necessary. I am reorganizing the system. Oh, that's not good. Hand over the crown, Gennaro. Sir Alcester turns his head to Varg, who remains standing beside a scared Emmeline. You will obey me if you do not want your precious daughter harmed. Please, leave my daughter out of this. Emmeline steps back, her eyes now brimming with tears. Varg, seize the princess. It's that Sir Mithros guy I just know. As soon as Sir Alcester gives the order, Rod immediately lets go of my hand and rushes towards his sister. Rod, no! I quickly follow after him, but Rod suddenly stops in his tracks. I bump abruptly into his back. Rod? Varg! Sir Alcester's booming voice echoes around the room, which has suddenly gone eerily silent. My eyes move to Varg, but he is standing motionless. What is happening? Finally, Varg smirks. He steps to the side, standing in front of Emmeline as if to block her from view. Sir Varg! You must be delusional, old man. I am not letting you anywhere near the princess. What? The knight's next movements are a blur as they rush at Sir Alcester. In mere moments, he has been disarmed and pinned to the ground. Several more knights have also appeared from behind to surround Sir Alcester.
Hi, kitty cat. How can I help you? Hi. Are you lonely? Would you like to join me?
A man emerges from in between the circle of knights. He moves to stand beside Varg and Emmeline. Sir Mithros looks at Sir Alcester disdainfully. Oh. That's not Sir Mithros. Is that his son? That dude? Did he just color his hair or something? What is the meaning of this, Mithros? We had a deal. The anger is now palpable in Sir Allister's flushed face. Did we now? Mithros, explain yourself. Sir Mithros drops to one knee in front of the king. Of course, your majesty. He raises his head slightly to look at the king. I have known for a long while that the man you see before you is a traitor. I was even aware of his plans, but I could not tell you of them without any evidence. 2 of your knights had tried to inform you of these plans before, but we all looked down on them with disdain. I had to make sure that I did not come unprepared like they did. What? Jurian and Garland? What? Both of them knew of Sir Allister's plans? Was that the reason why they were dishonorably discharged for false accusations? I knew enough of his plan that I could thwart it. This is why I thought the best way to reveal his dastardly ways was to craft a fake alliance with him. Sir Varg and I have been working together to unravel Allister's plans, your majesty. Varg is an invaluable accomplice. Wait, so Sir Mithros has been pretending to work with Sir Allister this whole time? And so we arrive at the events of tonight. I apologize for undertaking this task without seeking your counsel, your majesty. But I think of no better way to end this madness once and for all. You lying snake! Sir Mithros stands and turns to Allister. He gestures at him dismissively. Seize him! The knight's next movements are a blur. The men rush Sir Allister all at once, and in mere moments Sir Allister has been disarmed and is now pinned to the ground. Isn't Sir Allister a witch? Why is he not using magic? Mithros, I am indebted to you for saving us. The whole kingdom is. I only did what was necessary, your majesty. The king glances at the knights, then at Sir Allister, his gaze steely. Take him away. Sir Allister struggles uselessly against the knights as they drag him away. He is nearly out the door when he starts screaming at the king. Gennaro, you are a fool. That man is a witch, a snake. You cannot trust him. No, Allister. I was wrong to put my trust in you. Even as Sir Allister is pulled from the room, we can hear him babbling in the hallways about a witch. Yeah, I would think Sir Mithros was a witch more than Sir Allister. Sir Allister never used any magic to escape. Was he truly not a witch? Are you all right, princess? I am pulled from my thoughts when I hear Varg's voice. He is now trying to comfort a shaken Emmeline. For a few moments he looks away and his eyes meet mine. He smiles, but it is fleeting, and moments later his attention is back on Emmeline. Okay. The ball comes to an abrupt end after Allister's stunt. He is thrown into a jail cell and promised a trial after a few days' time where he will be tried for treason against the kingdom. I still can't believe Sir Allister would do something like that, and so brazenly too. I wonder, what happened to Sir Fitzgerald? They say he vanished completely last night. Do you think he was working with his father? The truth is that I have no idea what to think. I had thought that I had everything figured out, but now I've become more and more confused by the moment. Fritz was always loyal to a fault, but then Sir Allister was the same way with the king, and I have not seen or heard of Fritz for weeks. I cannot really say. Ah, good morning, Princess Emmeline. Sir Varg. Varg was offered a room at the palace for a few days' visit. He is being treated as Sir Mithros value. Guess why is he still wearing a mask? That's Fritz. I've heard from the other servants that he's Sir Mithros' relative who lives in a neighboring kingdom. Oh, really? But he has the same color eyes as Sir Allister. I hope that you are feeling well now, Princess. Yes. Thank you for your help last night. Is Emmeline blushing? I know I won't be here long, but I do hope to get to know you better during the duration of my stay. I would love that. Then I am looking forward to spending more time with you. Oh, I forgot that I meant to be in my mother's room right now. Lucette, Sir Varg, I'll see you both later. I curtsy as Emmeline walks off, leaving me alone with Varg. I cannot help but feel uneasy in his presence. Something about him puts me on edge. He makes me feel uncomfortable. Excuse me, I have errands to attend to. Wait. Before you head out, I have something to give you. Give me? Varg reaches into one of his pockets and withdraws a letter that he holds out to me. Ooh, an item! What is this about? Well, I guess you'll have to open it and find out, princess. Okay. My blood turns to ice in my veins. He knows I am the princess. That could only mean that he is... I have no idea what you are talking about. Excuse me. I'm about to leave when Varg suddenly grabs my wrist. The play is just about to start, princess. You have a responsibility as the main character to perform impeccably until the very end. Otherwise, well... He grins at me. It is the same wolfish smile that he flashed at me during the ball. You might miss out on your fairy tale ending. What? Before I can say anything else, I feel a hand grip my other arm. Someone tugs me back and away from Varg, then comes to stand in front of me. Stay away from her. Rod? Varg looks at Rod, then at me, his smile growing more crooked. What an interesting turn of events. I wonder how this will end for the both of you. Tell me, Lucette, what is he to you? Friend? A friend, you say? Is that what he really is? Yes. Oh, the disgruntled look on Prince Rod's face says otherwise. I wonder why. If you don't cease talking right this instant, I will have the knights escort you out. Of course. I apologize for my rude behavior, Your Highness. You seem to know a lot about us. Are you a... I lower my voice. Are you a witch? You're asking the wrong person, princess. Ooh. He knows who you really are? I think you two are worrying too much about me. After all, I'm just a pawn in this game. Varg dips into an elegant bow and flashes one last smile before walking away. Are you all right? I am. Thank you for helping me. You know I'd do anything for you. What? What? Sebi. Rod shakes his head before stepping away. Anything? For me? Rod coughs, pulling me from the thought. It is possible that he is a witch, or that he is working with other witches, but we have no evidence to prove it. Until we figure out what's going on, you need to be wary of him. I know. Rod smiles at me gently. The look makes my heart thud once, painfully, in my chest. Stop staring at me like that. Rod looks away, his cheeks tinge red. I feel my own cheeks warm at the sight. I wasn't staring at all. You guys are so cute. Both of you are hopeless. Shut up, Sebi. Rod gives me one last look before finally turning and walking away. I place my hand over my chest where I can still hear my thudding heartbeat. This feeling, if it is what I think it is, then I have no right to feel that way about him. He is my stepbrother. I shake my head to clear the thought, then glance down at the letter that Varg just delivered to me. There's only one sentence written on it. Come to the throne room alone tonight. Woo! Mystery! Oh, and a new chapter! The wedding? Whoa, that would be fast. Okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and end the episode right there. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope I wasn't disappointing anyone who was watching this series before. If I did, I apologize. I got excited about some other games and forgot about this one, but not anymore. I'll remember to update more videos, or update you with more videos of this. If you are enjoying the series, please make sure to leave a big like down below. And if you haven't already, please follow moi if you would like to see more of my content. And more of Kitty. I think he's in the picture right there. His name's Red. If you're a big fan, you should follow too. Of him, I mean. But yeah, thanks again, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!